when things are difficult in your marriage, with your family, when things are just hard in your life, it's so easy to start keeping score.
And when you keep score, nobody wins.
What we mean by keeping score is when you are completely at the end of yourself, your spouse is at the end of themselves, and it may look like someone saying, I am so exhausted, I have absolutely nothing left.
Well, I worked a long, hard day, and I'm really tired.
But you got to be by yourself the whole time you were in the car, and I have been with children and the dog and the phone calls all day.
But you wouldn't believe the meeting I had. It was just the worst, probably the worst meeting I've ever had.
Well, I didn't sleep last night. I win. No, nobody wins. Nobody wins, but that's how it happens. You start to compare.
But I.
Yes, and sometimes you don't say it out loud, you just think it. But while you're thinking it, it actually is causing bitterness and separation. It can also look like this. Oh, honey, the dog is crying to go out.
I took her out last time.
I know, but I don't even have my shoes on.
I took her out the last 3 times.
Well, fine. How did that work? That's just not nice.
Yeah, so when you start keeping score, it sets up a kind of competition. Mm-hmm. Like who's doing more, who feels worse.
I don't want to win that contest on who's feeling worse.
So it sets up this win-lose scenario so that somebody has to win and somebody has to lose. But the truth is you both lose when you start keeping score.
Exactly. And when you say that first thing, it's really a bid for some comfort. But the hard thing is when you are both, usually when something's going on, Scott feels a little stronger, or I feel a little stronger, but sometimes you both are at your low point, and that calls for a totally different set of rules.
So that's when you really have to let grace take the first place.
Yeah.
To say, look, I know you're tired. Let me do it this time. Yeah, I know this is really hard. I'm feeling really tired too. Maybe we can just hold each other for a little while.
Yeah, or what would recharge us before we tackle that together?
Right. Or
can we let it go? Is it really important to get that task accomplished? You do need to let the dog out. But maybe you can hire a dog sitter or a dog walker. But sometimes there are reasons to change up the rules and the way things work simply to protect your relationship.
So it's good to remember in those scenarios that it's not you against each other. It's the two of you coming together against whatever you're facing. So in the example of like being really exhausted and really worn out and both at your end of your rope, it's not who's at the end of the rope more. It's how can we come together when both of us are at the end of our rope and continue to stay connected and face this issue together.
Life is really hard right now. So what
are we going to do?
What if we order dinner out tonight just to get a breather, and then we can agree that we're going to head into tomorrow, with fresh strength and energy, and nobody has to do dishes and nobody has to cook. And also champion each other. Like for me, I can work up in my mind, hey, I'm in a bad place, I'm in a hard place, but you know what? I'm going to love Scott well, and I'm going to still do a few of those little things that I know will make a difference for him.
Exactly.
Like just champion each other.
It can be hard to identify your needs in those situations, especially when you're really stressed out or really feeling overwhelmed. Sometimes it helps to journal, to just write down kind of what the thoughts are that are going through your head so you can kind of figure out, say, what are my triggers? What are the things that are causing me stress or anxiety, or what are raising those challenging emotions?
And the thing is, you will say, I don't have time to journal. I don't even have time to sit down, because that's what you say when I suggest that you journal.
Yeah.
But I will say, can you just set a timer take 10 minutes and just make a jot list of what's driving you crazy. And then we can look at it and see what can be done.
And if you don't feel like writing, if you're not a journaler, that's okay too. But at least take those 10 minutes and kind of just get in touch with what you're feeling, what you're thinking, kind of what brought this on, maybe what there's an underlying issue.
Because you really can't do 50-50 in a marriage. You really can't divide things up evenly. We've talked before how that is a lose-lose as well.
Yeah.
So working together through the tough season is so worth it. It will make your marriage stronger. You will grow in your intimacy and understanding of each other. So hang in there.
Strike the scorekeeping.
Yeah, don't keep score. Then you'll win.
And you'll win.